In 2020, Eric Steger was climbing professional golf's ladder, playing on the PGA Tour Latino America, where he had had good success, with a couple of top 10 finishes on the money list under his belt. Eric had hopes of following in his father's footsteps and playing on the PGA Tour. But then came the pandemic, and the world shut down, leaving Eric with no place to play.
It was honestly really hard mentally for the first 3 or 4 months. For, like I said, 8 to 10 years out of college, I had a goal of getting to the PGA Tour or to getting to the highest level of golf that I could. And seemingly overnight, it was, I don't want to say canceled, but it was gone. There was no upward mobility, there were no golf tournaments, there was nothing. For the first time in 10 years, I was forced to stay at home for a considerable amount of time. And after staying home for almost 2020, I really lost a lot of drive to go back and be gone for 4 or 5 weeks at a time. In 2019, we had our son Hudson, and that makes things a little bit harder. The family aspect makes it a little bit harder. And honestly, I lost a lot of drive to go leave home again.
So Eric decided to put his tour dreams aside, something his father didn't necessarily see coming.
No, I never did until last year when COVID hit, and we talked about that because I quit when I was 28. And with today's stats, they say your best golf is until mid-30s, and he was not hearing any of that. And a couple times he would have a bad event, and he would say, "How do you know when it's time?" And I said, "Eric, it'll just come to you. It'll just happen." And at that point, I knew he was kind of leaning that way. And then when he had his second child, I think that light bulb just clicked, and he goes, "Wow, I got a family," and I think he's enjoying his path now. I really do.
That path, again, has Eric following in his father's footsteps. He's now a golf instructor at Pebblebrook Golf Club in Noblesville, Indiana, and playing Indiana section events. The former Indiana Amateur and Indiana Open winner is having a good year with 2 wins already in 2022, the Southern Open and the Indianapolis Open, where he made a 50-footer on the final hole to win.
I'm enjoying being able to play and still compete, albeit on a lower level of golf, but it's still golf. You're still trying to go out there and beat everybody in the game of golf. And I haven't had a lot of time to work on my game. I'm lucky to be an instructor and be able to make some swings every now and then and play a little bit more than the guys in the shop around the state. But right now I'm playing some solid golf for sure.
And as far as rekindling the dream to play on the PGA Tour, that door is closed, but maybe not locked.
People ask me, do you ever consider going back out? And, if I could go back out and get a full year on Korn Ferry, I would definitely go play, for sure. I have no desire to go back down to Latin America and do a year down there. You can do Q school to get straight to the Korn Ferry Tour, but it's so hard. And between the house life and the work life, I'm really busy. I'm playing some good golf, but right now I just don't have the time and the drive to get back to where I was and get my game to the level that it needs to be to get out there.
So in the meantime, you can find Eric teaching the game that he loves, and no doubt on leaderboards across Indiana.